Welcome back to our weekly market wrap-up. Equity markets dipped as the Union Budget, RBI's first rate cut in 5 years, and US trade tariff concerns weighed on sentiment. So, stay tuned, and by the end of this video, we'll unpack the key drivers behind these losses and what lies ahead. This week, the Sensex fell by 0.4%, while the Nifty 50 lost 0.2%. The mid-cap slipped by 0.1%, while the small cap gained by 0.4%. These movements reflect investor reactions to the Union Budget and RBI's policy decisions. Let's take a look at this week's key economic updates. India's fiscal deficit for April-December 2024 stood at 9.1 lakh crore. The 8 core industries index grew 4% in December, with positive output in coal, electricity, steel, and cement. The HSBC Services PMI dropped to 56.5 in January, signaling slower growth. The composite output index fell to a 14-month low of 57.7. The RBI cut the repo rate by 25 basis points to 6.2%, marking its first rate cut in 5 years. Globally, US President Trump extended the 25% import duties on Canada and Mexico by 30 days, but upheld the 10% tariffs on Chinese goods set to take effect Tuesday. The S&P Global Manufacturing PMI for the US edged up to 50.1 in January 2025, indicating a slight improvement in manufacturing conditions. The Union Budget 2025 focuses on economic growth, fiscal management, and sectoral development. Total receipts are projected at 31.4 lakh crore, with total expenditure at 47.1 lakh crore, reflecting the government's commitment to expansion and welfare initiatives. The defense sector received the highest allocation of 6.8 lakh crore to support military modernization, advanced weapon procurement, and strategic infrastructure development. To boost technological innovation, 500 crore has been allocated for AI centers, along with IIT expansions, new skilling centers, and ATL tinkering labs to enhance education in emerging technologies. Infrastructure remains a priority, with the PM Gati Shakti initiative receiving strong backing. The government also aims to achieve 100 gigawatts of nuclear power by 2047, reinforcing its commitment to sustainable energy. In agriculture, the PM Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana has been introduced to improve irrigation, credit access, and overall productivity. Support for procurement and fair pricing will also ensure farmer welfare. For startups and MSMEs, a 10,000 crore fund of funds has been set up to enhance funding, while increased credit guarantees will empower small businesses and drive job creation. The healthcare sector will see daycare cancer centers in district hospitals, along with expanded medical tourism through eased visa norms and public-private partnerships. Overall, the budget prioritizes inclusive growth, technological progress, energy security, and economic resilience, aiming to position India as a global leader. Among this week's top gainers, Godfrey Phillips surged 21.1% on heavy trading volumes. Eris Life Sciences rose 20.4%, performing well in the pharmaceuticals and drugs sector. Castrol India climbed 18.3%, reporting strong financial results, with a significant YoY profit jump. On the downside, among the losers, we had Bharat Earth Movers Limited dropped 18.5% due to disappointing quarterly results, with net profit declining nearly 50% YoY. Nagarjuna Construction Company Limited fell 17.8% due to weakening operating margins and profit erosion. Rail Vikas Nigam Limited declined 17.1% as the Union Budget's railway capital expenditure failed to meet investor expectations. A quick highlight from the unlisted equity space. Hexaware Technologies set its IPO price band at 674 to 708 per share. Hero FinCorp saw an 80% rise in losses from bad loans, impacting profits. Other high-interest unlisted companies include MSCI, NSE, Apollo Green Energy, Pharmacy, CSK, NSDL, and Tata Capital. Here's what to watch in the week ahead. Markets will track global cues and earnings-driven stock movements. The US payroll data release could impact global sentiment. Key domestic events include the Delhi Assembly election results on the 8th of February, followed by India's industrial production and CPI inflation data on the 12th of February. WPI inflation and balance of trade data for January will be released on the 14th of February. On the global front, Fed Chair Powell's testimony is scheduled for the 11th of February. The US core inflation data will be released on the 12th of February, followed by producer price inflation on the 13th of February. Retail sales data for January will be announced on the 14th of February. That wraps up this week's market highlights. Subscribe to Tacona Capital for more insights and wealth-building opportunities from the themes of the decade. Visit us at taconacapital.smallcase.com to explore thematic investments in the Amrit Kaal. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. See you next week.